quiet there, but that was our starting whistle. First jam is underway. Central Michigan trying to slow Traverse City's jammer down, unable to. Number 515, Shulk jamming and lead jammer for Traverse City. As for fighting for Central Michigan, we have number 13 jamming, which is Jinx. But Shulk able to get through, picking up 4 points for Traverse City as Jinx goes for that inside line, but being held down by number 13, Lizzie Luscious. Shulk going for that outside line, only has to fight against Ping, able to get by for 4 points for Traverse City. As Jinx able to slide through, now completing the initial pass for Central Michigan. Shulk looking for that inside line, but steps out of bounds and gets a track cut penalty. This will be a power jam for Jinx. Jinx is approaching the back of the pack, looking for some space on that outside line, but being held, looking for an opening there on the inside of turn 3, but being locked down by Lizzie Luscious, who picks up a direction call, which means looks like there's a bit of confusion there. A nice opening made there by, I believe that was number 30, Dutch Diva, getting Jinx through for 4 points for Central Michigan. But Shulk out of the penalty box, really colliding with that Central Michigan wall, causing lots of chaos and able to break through for 4. As the jam comes to a natural conclusion, 2 minutes passed, and our score. Both jammers pushing these walls forward. Traverse City really extending Central Michigan. Lead jammer status going to number 42, Amazon Adventure. But not far behind, it looks like is number 18, Reckless of Central Michigan. Amazon Adventure going for the outside line. Yeah, that's going to be an official timeout called there, which is convenient timing as Traverse's second call for us to go into jam 3. Ooh, a nice hit there by number 23, Slide Vixen. On the jam line now for Central Michigan is Dark and Phoenix, but picks up a track cut penalty. This is a power jam for Traverse City, and more specifically for Blazing Bulldog, who picks up lead jammer status. There is currently Blazing Bulldog able to get through for 4 points. Right now we do have 1 Traverse City blocker in the box and 2 Central Michigan blockers released from the box. Slide Vixen doing a great job one-on-one blocking at the front of the pack, knocking Blazing Bulldog to the inside. But we'll be going to the penalty box there, as Blazing Bulldog only has to get past number 12. Elliott Reed and is able to do so. 4 points on the board there for Blazing Bulldog, as Dark and Phoenix also will be heading back to the penalty box for a leading with the head. So Blazing Bulldog now has another 30-second power jam, taking another big hit there by Elliott Reed, the front of the pack. No pack is called, so they're forced to stop blocking, allowing Blazing Bulldog to call off the jam. Looks like we will be starting with a power jam for Traverse City, for specifically number 16, Hexadecimate, who is now working at the front of the pack, looking for some offensive assistance there from Tabby Catastrophe, but Central Michigan doing a great job recycling in front of them. Some great work there by Pink Diggity, knocking Hexadecimate to the inside and forcing her to recycle into turn 1. Some great work there by Central Michigan, keeping Traverse City's jammer contained long enough for Dark and Phoenix to get released from the penalty box. But lead jammer status does go to Hexadecimate of Traverse City. Looks like Betty Beecher Assets heading to the penalty box there, giving Hexadecimate a chance to break through for 4 points for Traverse City, as Dark and Phoenix, Stark in hand, able to break through the pack on the initial pass. Hexadecimate looking for that inside line and able to push the blockers out of the way and calling off the jam. All 4 points awarded. On the jam line now, we've got number 515 for Traverse City just running up that inside line, picking up lead jammer status. On the jam line now, I believe for Central is number 18, Reckless, with a nice spin on that outside line, getting past Java Junkie at the front of the pack. As Shulk picks up 4 points, and Reckless right on the tail. Reckless putting some hits on Shulk there, knocking to the outside. Gonna go ahead and call it off. There were points picked up there, as Central Michigan does have all of their blockers on the track. On the jam line now, with lead for Traverse City is Amazon Avenger, but Dark and Phoenix right on their tail. Amazon gonna do some blocking. Just some jammer love, you know, the way it works. Just tiptoeing their way to the pack here. Amazon Avenger gonna go ahead and call off the jam. Looks like she was just waiting for her. Bulldog juking from left to right, trying to find gaps in that Central Michigan wall. Sees a space on that outside line. Breaking through, lead jammer status for Blazing Bulldog of Traverse City. As Jinx looking for a space on that inside, but being locked down there by number 13, Lizzie Luscious, and knocked to the inside as Blazing Bulldog back in the pack. Ooh, a nice hit there by P. Diggity, but picking up a directional call. Jinx really pushing, still working on the initial pass there. Blazing Bulldog sees a hole on the inside, able to get through for 4. As Jinx tiptoeing on that outside, but knocked out of bounds by Java Junkie there.
Grab 1-2-0, one player. No pass.
Looks like number 120, Betty Beecher Assets, going to the box for a multiplayer. Looks like we have a nice 2-wall at the front of the pack, but no pack is called. Blazing Bulldogs can go ahead and call off the jam. All right, jam 9 is live now. Reckless on the inside, through for lead jammer status, as Hexadecimate also through, only about a quarter of a track behind, if that. Reckless is gonna go ahead and call off the jam, not gonna risk any points going to Traverse City. So, all right, jam is live now on that inside line. Once again, we've got Shulk jamming for Traverse City, as Dark and Phoenix knocked to the outside and being bridged back to turn 4. Shulk with a quick juke to that outside, able to pick up 4. Dark and Phoenix also goes for that outside, only has to get past Lizzie Luscious and able to do so. As Shulk approaching the back of the pack, landing a nice hit on Sly Vixen there. Sees that hole on the outside, through for 4 more. I'm gonna go ahead and call off the jam. So a total of 8 points. The jam has started on the jam line now. Looks like we've got Amazon Adventure jamming for Traverse City. And jamming for the first time for Central is Pink Diggity, who we've seen do some great blocking so far. Amazon Adventure going for that inside line, but stopped and knocked to the in. Some great work done by both of these walls here, but Amazon Adventure able to extend Central Michigan's pack and able to get lead jammer status for Traverse City, as Pink Diggity looking to get past Tabby Catastrophe at the front of the pack. and is able to do so on that inside line through on the initial pass. Is Amazon Adventure able to weave their way through and pick up 4 points for Traverse City. All right, Jam is live now. It looks like we've got Reckless jamming for Central Michigan and Blazing Bulldog picking up lead jammer status for Traverse City. Reckless going for that outside, but steps out of bounds and recycled back by Lizzie Luscious. Blazing Bulldog with a nice hit to that outside, looking to break up that Central Michigan wall as Reckless fighting against a strong pack at the back of the pack. But Blazing Bulldog picking up a forearm penalty, so this will be a power jam for Reckless, and also full 2 minutes. A beautiful apex jump there by Reckless, now through on the initial pass. Reckless looking for some offensive help there. Goes for that inside line. A nice spin there by Reckless, fighting against number 7, I believe that's 710 at the front of the pack. Reckless able to get through for 4. Reckless reapproaching the pack now, ready to score some more points, looking for some offensive help. Java Junkie right there. Reckless was going to try and call off the jam, but is not lead. Blazing Bulldog now out of the penalty box and through on the initial pass as Reckless is actually going to go to the penalty box. And Blazing Bulldog now has a power jam, looking for that inside line, but is knocked to the inside. Blazing Bulldog only has 2 to beat at the front of the pack, looking for that outside, but knocked down by number 102, Jugs Bunny City. And on the jam line now, it looks like I see Dark and Phoenix for Central Michigan and Hexadecimate for Traverse City. Dark and Phoenix going up that outside line on those toe stops, picking up lead jammer status for Central Michigan. Hexadecimate now also through the pack on the initial pass, about half a track behind Dark and Phoenix, trying to get past Tabby Catastrophe. And it's going to go ahead and call off the jam line. 3 points awarded to second on the jam line for Central Michigan is Pink Diggity against Schultz, who's trying to go for that inside, but knocked down. Pink Diggity seeing a hole on that inside, running, picking up lead jammer status for Central Michigan. But Schultz not far behind. Pink Diggity trying to pick up some speed. Schultz going for that outside line. A nice hit there by number 30. And the jam is called off. 2 points. But it looks like we've got Amazon Adventure for Traverse City. And Reckless back out there again for Central. Trying to push up that inside line. Tabby Catastrophe trying to slow them down. Lead jammer status going to Amazon Adventure, but Reckless a little less than half a track behind. Amazon Adventure going for that inside. We're going to go ahead and call off the jam. On the jam line now, I see Blazing Bulldog for Traverse City. And it looks like jamming for the first time is Sly Vixen for Central Michigan, but lead jammer status going to Blazing Bulldog for Traverse City. Blazing Bulldog taking a big hit there by on the jam line now. Let's move Dark and Phoenix seeing an opening, picking up lead jammer status. Hexadecimate looking for that outside, avoiding a hit there, able to get through on the initial pass, about half a track behind Phoenix. Phoenix going to that outside, able to stay in bounds. 4 points awarded to Central Michigan as Hexadecimate also absorbs a hit and gets through for 4 for Traverse City. Phoenix pushing up lane 3 and calling off the jam. Looks like one more point is going to be awarded to Central Michigan. On the jam line, looks like Reckless and Shulk jamming. Shulk with a juke to the outside on toe stops, able to get through for lead jammer status. Shulk working at the front of the pack. No, pack is called. Shulk working at the front of the pack on toe stops, avoiding a hit there. Able to get through for 4 as we have had a star pass to Sly Vixen for Central Michigan. Shulk looking for the middle of that pack. Nice impact there. Able to break up that tripod very effectively. 4 points for Shulk. Shulk on that inside line, able to stay in bounds. He's going to go ahead and call off the jam. Adventure, I believe that is for Traverse City. It was on Adventure looking for the outside, able to break through for lead jammer status as Kinkerscore going for that outside line. Gets knocked to the outside by Tabby Catastrophe. Tabby trying to bridge back. Amazon Adventure able to break through for 4 points as Kinkerscore breaks through the center of that tripod, only has to get past Tabby. Ooh, with a spin, does take a spill as Tabby tries to push to that outside, but Kinkerscore able to get through on the initial pass. As Amazon Adventure now in the pack, trying to get some points, pushes up that outside line, takes a hit from Cayenne Calamity and calls off the jam. All 4 points going to be awarded on the jam line now. Looks like Blazing Bulldog and Pain Diggity. Both jammers going for that inside line, but being locked down by the blockers. Blazing Bulldog with a nice hit there, trying to push up that outside line. Number 120 doing a good job, but Blazing Bulldog able to break through lead jammer status for Traverse City as Pain Diggity recycling back to the back of the pack. Gets knocked out of bounds there by 7'10" Java Junkie and bridged back even farther by, I believe that's number 13. But Blazing Bulldog able to break through for 4 more points for Traverse City. As Pain Diggity has passed the star to number 120, which is Betty Bicho Assets. Blazing Bulldog going for that inside line, but knocked to the floor as Pain Diggity is trying to block to slow Blazing Bulldog down. Go ahead and call off the jam. Looks like no points for Central Michigan box at this moment. Both walls trying to lock these jammers down, keeping it nice and slow. Dark and Phoenix on toe stops on that inside line. Lead jammer status for Central Michigan as Hexadecimate behind Sly Vixen, Cayenne Calamity, and number 42, which is Blaze of 40. Hexadecimate able to break through on the initial pass as Dark and Phoenix trying to pick up some points. No pack is called. Dark and Phoenix is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Pain Diggity and Shulk jamming. Both jammers just pushing these walls forward. Shulk on toe stops on that inside line. Able to stay in bounds. Lead jammer status awarded to Traverse City. But Pain Diggity is going to be assessed a penalty. It's going to be a track cut call. So this will be a power jam for Shulk, but they're going to go ahead and call the jam off. 4 points awarded. So this will be a power start. I don't know so sorry. I've seen it on the paper. Amazon Avenger. I think it's just a slip of the tongue. I'm so sorry. Amazon Avenger with lead jammer status. Amazon going for that outside line, but just barely steps out of bounds. Recycled back by number 23, Sly Vixen, who tries to knock to the inside, but Amazon able to stay in bounds. Pink Diggity released from the penalty box now. Amazon able to pick up some speed, breaking through for 4 points. It's Pink Diggity trying to pick up some speed, only has to beat one, and does so. Now through on the initial pass for Central Michigan as Amazon Avenger goes through that outside line and call it off the jam. Ready on the jam line now. We're getting ready. It looks like we've got Shulk jamming for Traverse City, looking to push up that inside line against number 30, which is Dutch Diva, and jamming for Central Michigan is Darken Phoenix, who sees space on that outside line, manages to stay in bounds and is through on the initial pass. Shulk looks for that inside line. Dutch Diva in the way. Shulk just pushing down number 12, Elliott Reed, calling off the jam. On the jam line 4 points. Amazon Avenger. And Pink Diggity trying to go for that outside line, but knocked out of bounds by Tabby Catastrophe, which gives Amazon the chance to pick up lead jammer status. Payne really trying to break up that wall. Tries going for that inside line, knocked down by number 7, Lucky Strike, but able to get through on that inside line. Amazon Avenger also through though for 4, and is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Blazing Bulldog looking for that inside line, but getting blocked there by Central Michigan. Darken Phoenix is going to be picking up a cut penalty, so lead jammer status is actually going to go to Blazing Bulldog, who will now have a power jam for Traverse City.
1-1-2-0-0, stop block.
Looks like Benefil is going to get a stop block penalty. Blazing Bulldog with a hit on that inside, able to shift the blockers just enough to scoot through for 4 points. Looks like Java Junkie trying to open up that outside line. Nice big hit there over by the penalty box by Sly Vixen. Lizzie Luscious bridging Darken Phoenix back out of the box. Blazing Bulldog able to get through for 4. Lizzie Luscious with a massive hit there. And our birthday skater, once again, Kanker score. At the front of the pack, we've got, I believe that's Elliott Reed trying to play some offense. Hexadecimate taking a nice hit there by number 120, Betty Beecher Assets. Lead jammer status is going to go to Hexadecimate. All right, new jam is live. Looks like Shulk going for that outside line, but being knocked out and bridged back to turn 4. And Pink Diggity fighting at the front of the pack. But some great work there by Lizzie Luscious. Knocking Payne back to the straightaway. And Shulk picking up lead jammer status for Traverse City as Pink Diggity Has to get past number 710, Java Junkie. Okay, trying to go for that inside, but is picking up a penalty. So this will be a power jam for Traverse City. 4 points already on the board for them. A nice juke from the middle to that inside there. 4 more points awarded for Traverse City. Schultz looking for that outside. A nice hit there by Sly Vixen. And a nice hit there, I believe that's by Lizzie Luscious to stop Sly Vixen from bridging back. A nice avoidance there by number 515 Schulk. As Pink Diggity is now out of the penalty box, the power jam has come to an end. Pink Diggity able to stay in bounds on her toe stops through on the initial pass. As Schulk breaks through that Central Michigan Mayhem tripod and calls off the jam. All right, jam is live. Looks like Amazon Avenger jamming for Traverse City. And I believe that's potentially Jinx jamming for Central Michigan. Number 30 doing some great work at the front of the pack there, Dutch Diva. But Amazon Avenger able to break through for lead jammer status for Traverse City. Traverse City holding a nice strong wall at the front of the pack. Jinx looking for that inside line, but Tabby Catastrophe there to slow them down as Amazon able to break through for 4 more points. Jinx with a nice spin there, able to break through on the initial pass. As Amazon Avenger now through for 4 more points. On the jam line now, looks like we've got, I believe that's Blazing Bulldog with a juke to the in. Lead jammer status for Traverse City as Sly Vixen gets knocked to the outside and bridged back by Lizzie Luscious. As Blazing Bulldog now back in the pack. Sly Vixen able to avoid a hit there through on the initial pass as Blazing Bulldog gets past Pink Diggity at the front of the pack. 4 points on the board for Traverse City. Just before Pink Diggity could get to the pack, that's just 8 for Traverse City. Looks like Dark and Phoenix trying to go for that middle, then the outside on the toe stops, able to stay in bounds on that outside line. Lead jammer status going to Central Michigan as Hexadecimet gets a nice hit there by Elliott Reed. But Elliott's going to be going to the penalty box as Hexadecimet got recycled back into the pack. But now through on the initial pass is Dark and Phoenix on toe stops on that outside once again. 4 points for Central Michigan. Advantage, looks like Tabby jamming. We've got Schulk and Sly Vixen. It's a battle of the S's. And once again, both jammers neck and neck. Lead jammer going to Sly Vixen. Sly Vixen knocked out of bounds, but Schulk pulling. Sly Vixen is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Not going to risk any points being scored at line for Central Michigan. Amazon Avenger with the lead, but for the first time for Central Michigan, jamming is number 120, Betty Bicho Assets is not far behind. Amazon Avenger pushing in lane 3, trying to get through that tight-knit Central Michigan wall, as Betty also now through for 4 points for Central Michigan, as Amazon Avenger is going to go ahead and call off the jam. 4-4 for the jam. All right, jam is live. Blazing Bulldog looking for that inside, but getting knocked down by Dutch Diva there. Payne Diggity trying to pick up some speed and going for that inside, but Traverse City with a nice rotation, but Payne Diggity lead jammer for Central Michigan. Blazing Bulldog looking for that inside, but tripping a little bit, allowing Central to recycle in front. Big hit there by Cayenne Calamity. Payne Diggity being recycled back behind Java Junkie. Able to break through. Gonna go ahead and call off the jam. All on the jam line now. Looks like we've got Hexadecimate for Traverse City. And I believe that's someone new for Central Michigan. Looks like number 42, Blaze of 40, through on the initial pass. As Hexadecimate is our lead jammer. Great work by Blaze of 40, going right up that inside line. But Blaze of 40 is going to be picking up a track cut penalty. So this will be a power jam for Hexadecimate. Hex is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Looks like 4 points are going to be awarded to Traverse City. All right, starting on this power jam is Shulk for Traverse City, picking up lead jammer status in less than 5 seconds. Great work there. Looking for some offensive assistance on the inside by Lizzie Luscious, able to get through for 4 points. Shulk getting knocked down a little bit by their own teammate, but able to juke back to the inside and pick up 4 points as Central Michigan's jammer Blaze of 40 out of the penalty box as the power jam comes to an end. Blaze of 40 going to the outside, then back into lane 3, is through, and does pick up 4 points for the last jam. The 4 points have been retracted. Those would have been from the last jam. I didn't notice that Shulk did end up going to the penalty box, so this is a power jam for Blaze of 40 right now. And this will also be a full 2-minute jam. Blaze getting a big hit there by Lizzie Luscious. But Blaze of 40 looks like they will be going to the penalty box now as well. So this will be a jammer switch. Power jam once again in the hands of Traverse City. 4 points for Shulk. Shulk with a juke to the inside. Kind of uses their teammate to stay in bounds there. 4 more points on the board for Traverse City. Shulk able to break apart that tripod. They thought that the Central Michigan jammer was supposed to sit for 2, but she was actually only assessed for 1 penalty, so that meant she only had to sit for 30 seconds. So Traverse City did lose their official review. And now we're on to this jam, where we've got Amazon Avenger with lead jammer status, as Blaze of 40 is out of the penalty box now. Blaze of 40 has passed the star to Darken Phoenix. Now through on the initial pass as Amazon Avenger is back in the pack, ready to score some more points. Looking for that outside line and calls off the jam. Looks like nope. All right, jam is live. Jamming for Central Michigan is Payne Diggity, who sees the opening on the inside. Through for lead jammer status as Blazing Bulldog bridged back by Sly Vixen there. And it looks like Blazing Bulldog is going to pick up a forearm penalty. So this will be a power jam for Peyton Diggity and for Central Michigan. Peyton Diggity has to get past Benefil, but gets knocked down. Great hit there. Peyton Diggity knocked to the inside there by number 22, Arsenics. Traverse City doing a great job, really locking down on the defense going into turn 3. Peyton Diggity getting knocked to the inside and bridged back. And is actually going to be picking up a cut penalty. So this will be a power jam specifically for Blazing Bulldog. Blazing Bulldog fighting against Sly Vixen at the back of the pack. And pack is definitely picking up speed right now. And it does look like we did have a star pass from Blazing Bulldog to, looks like number 710, Java Junkie, who has done some great job blocking. This will be the first time with a star on their helmet. Peyton Diggity out of the box, sees an opening on the outside, speeds by untouched there as the jam comes to an end for Central Michigan. It's going to be both teams have a blocker in the box at the moment, so it's a 3-3 pack. Both jammers going for that inside line. Hexadecimate being knocked to the inside and bridged back. As Traverse City locking down a strong tripod at the front of the pack, giving Hexadecimate enough time to break through for lead jammer. Hexadecimate breaks through, picks up 4 points, and is told to call off the jam. 7. We got just less than 8 minutes in the game, going into jam 17. Schultz going for that outside line, trying to get knocked out by number 30, Dutch Diva, but able to stay in bounds. As Peyton Diggity fighting against a strong, fast-moving tripod of Traverse City blockers at the front of the pack. It looks like we had a battle cry there from Schulk as they came into the pack. Able to break through for 4 points. Peyton Diggity now through on the initial pass for Central Michigan. Schultz is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Looks like 3 points awarded. Jam is live, and it looks like Amazon Avenger going to be picking up lead jammer status, as it looks like, I believe, Darken Phoenix jamming for Central Michigan, stuck at the back in a strong Traverse City tripod. Darken Phoenix going for that outside, bridged back by Tabby Catastrophe as Amazon Avenger pushing, sees the space on the inside line, and breaks through for 4. Phoenix working at the front against Tabby Catastrophe and number 47, Smashing Chi, really locking down that front wall. As Amazon Avenger fighting against a strong tripod at the back of the pack, trying to get past Kanger's score. Darken Phoenix now through on the initial pass as Amazon Avenger able to break through for 4 more points. Currently got 8 in the pocket for Traverse City. Darken Phoenix hitting the Traverse City wall with a bit of force there as Amazon Avenger looking to get past Sly Vixen. Darken Phoenix able to break through for 4 as Amazon Avenger gets past the last blocker, calling off the jam. Traverse City does currently have a blocker in the box. And jamming, we got Hexadecimate and Peyton Diggity. Pink Diggity looking for that outside line, but a great 2-wall at the back of the pack there as Hexadecimate loses a toe stop. Hexadecimate, despite losing a toe stop, is a lead jammer and is just going to go ahead and call off the jam. I would want to jam with only on the jam line now. Looks like Dark and Phoenix taking that inside line and jamming for the first time for Traverse City is number 7, Lucky Strike, not far behind. Both jammers now back in the pack here. Dark and Phoenix is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Another new Traverse City jammer. To me, that looks like number 22, Arsenics. Arsenics pushing up that inside line and then juking to the middle as Pink Diggity also juking to the inside. Arsenics knocked to the outside. Arsenics only has 1 to beat, but Central Michigan recycling. Out of play is called, giving Arsenics lead jammer status for Traverse City.
1-5 direction. Target's here.
And it looks like we did have a star pass there from Pink Diggity to Sly Vixen, who's being held in the back of the pack by Lizzie Luscious. Arsenics back in the pack, ready to start scoring some points for Traverse City, but Sly Vixen sees an opening on that inside line, through on the initial pass. Arsenics knocked to the outside. Arsenics is going to go ahead and call off the jam. Looks like 2 points are going to be a second call. Looks like Dark and Phoenix jamming for Central Michigan. And once again, another Traverse City new jammer. Looks like that is number 47, which is Smashing Chi, who we've seen do a good job blocking, but picked up a back block penalty and will be going to the box. So Dark and Phoenix is still eligible for lead jammer status right now on this power jam. Some great work being held down at the front of the pack by Traverse City. Looks like a strong tripod there. Some great work by number 419 at the front of the pack. Tenacious D. Dark and Phoenix being locked down at the back of the pack. Some great work, unintentionally opening that inside line. Number 47, Smashing Chi through on the initial pass. Dark and Phoenix sees an opening on that inside line, breaks through for lead jammer status for Central Michigan, as Smashing Chi has 4 points in the pocket. There's an opening on the inside line. She is able to fly by 4 more points. 8 points total for Traverse City. 2 points awarded to Dark and Phoenix there. So our unofficial final score